Hi everyone, welcome to my Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 video guide and walkthrough. We're on Chapter 12, The Heart of Darkness. So, not a bad chapter whatsoever as far as difficulty. It's a lot of variety on this level. But the enemy I'm fighting here, this is the first appearance of these spiny fiends. They're very similar to the bone scorpions that we fought in Chapter 6. They're just basically just fodder, so you just kill them and earn a lot of money from killing them. So this is a not that long of a chapter. It's got several different maps on it, and there's some difficult areas in the beginning, like right here. There's like two archers or two guys with bazookas on the other side of that pier there, so you could either try to get them with your bow and arrow or the shotgun or whatever you want to do. I just chose to throw a Ninpo at them. Then it was nice that I got a Ninpo drop there. So here's an opportunity to upgrade my sword. So it's a little difficult, like jumping up onto these stairways and platforms here. That's the only problem about this stage. So in the previous chapter, I didn't upgrade the dragon sword. I went for the upgrade of the Enma's Fang. So now I'm upgrading the dragon sword. I'm up to level 3. So it's going to remain at level 3 until chapter 14, and then it goes up to level 4. So you're going to have some new combos available. But once you get down over here, you're going to have a couple more of these dudes up here to worry about. So you can actually use your bow and arrow when you're doing these water runs here. But it just doesn't seem to stun the enemies that much as much as the shurikens do. So up ahead is you're going to notice that when I move forward here past this area, when I jump onto the water, that gate's going to close, and it's really hard to not get hit here by shit. So like right there, it's just, you got to just deal with it, that you're going to probably get hit trying to at least get onto this platform here over here. This area, the one dude I took out, he remains there and he's dead now. But I try to stay in this area again until he respawns, because he's going to spawn again. I would recommend using, like I'm doing there, using the Art of the Inferno. You don't even have to aim. You just press the two buttons that you use to activate it, the triangle button and the circle button, and it just aims right for you. And it aims at people like you would not even be able to tell like where the hell they were behind all these houses and stuff. So this dude decided not to show up over here where I thought he was going to respawn, but he does respawn. You'll see me try to kill him in a minute here. Yeah, there's that asshole. I'm shooting him through a canoe here. The second I turn my back on him, and that son of a bitch spawns, huh? Okay, so over here there's several items to get. That guy respawned too. So, and this just sucks. Like falling in the water and just like trying to find like where you're supposed to go again. Just trying to get back on track is really problematic. So over here there's some health orbs to grab if you're low on health. There's also some Ninpo orbs in another chest, so don't worry about wasting any Ninpo, because you're going to get all your Ninpo back. And so I ran out of Ninpo here, but I decided to, I didn't have any other choice but to just use my bow and arrow. When the music subsides, that just means that you've killed everything. So head up this stairway here, and you're going to get the Life of the Gods number 15. So there's only 3 left after this. So it's on your counter. It should say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you should have 6 there. So we only have 3 left to go. Okay, so there's the Ninpo restocks. There's a corpse here with an item on him. It might be yeah, it's an herb. ghost fish usually come out here, but I got money. That's why I had the flail equipped. You know, whenever you know a chest has fish in it and you equip the flail, they never fucking come. It's just like, it always works out that way, and vice versa. So head over there. There's a chest to grab. There's actually a towards the end of this level, there's a very important chest you don't want to miss because it has a talisman of rebirth. But if you have the talisman of rebirth, it gives you 25,000 bucks. So it's really cool. So this dude here always nails me, so I just decided to use the Art of the Inferno on him. There's a chest there. There's nothing in the water. There are a few things like towards the end in the water, and I'll just grab those. But I'm switching to my Endless Fang here because I got some more spiny fiends back in town. So these guys can actually jump on you, and they're kind of like the ghost fish. They'll jump on you, and they won't get off of you until you just mash buttons. So they're at a Ninja Gaiden Sigma 1, so they should be a source of familiarity to people who have played that game. So this level, it doesn't really have like a mid-level boss. So watch out for these two guys too. I'm just using Ninpo just because I had to do this section a couple times. People kept killing me, and if you die, there's really no checkpoint. There's also a store over there, but I decided to just bypass it. I don't need it. All there is a store there, and here I couldn't get off this cable here without hassle. So nice. Got another Ninpo drop. There's going to be some dudes here, so fall back, charge up. These tactical soldiers, these ninjas, these elite ninjas here, they could, if they grab you, and they could really damage you pretty damn quick. So a couple times they took me out. They'll just like kick you down and hold you down and like swipe at you with their swords, and you're just dead. So yeah, that's the save statue will dim there, and there's going to be some more enemies. Where those enemies exited that little path there's a chest which you can manipulate by saving first, and then just re-getting it every time if you're getting what you don't want, because you're either going to get I think you get several $1,000s, or you just get some shitty ass ghost fish. There might even just be $1,000. I'm not sure. I'll have to calculate it. I don't know if someone else wants to do that. So I just redid this until I got the money. Yeah, I did it so many times that I just didn't bother to pause the screen there and see how much I had. So just don't go all the way over here. Fall back, preferably with the Endless Fang, so you can just deal some area damage to these fools here. And then hit the save statue here. And this is another area where you can just keep redoing it over and over if you're not doing well, because it's a perfect opportunity to use the Endless Fang to dispatch all these spiny fiends with red UTs if possible. If you see them, like if you're charging up and you're like at the blue charge and they're about to jump on you, just do a blue charge, because it's just not worth it to get fallen over by those fuckers. So there's quite a lot of items on this stage to grab, and just good items. So really, I wouldn't recommend buying too much at the stores. Just hit up the last store. That's the one I would just focus on. There's a couple stores in this level. So yeah, so here's a save point here. And then we have some new enemies to confront here. That thing right there that I'm doing the flying swallow on, that's called a death worm. They just sprout from the water here. Usually there's like 2 of them, and it usually takes about 9 flying swallows to destroy them. And we also have these chainsaw bazooka zombies who have, as you can see, a chainsaw in one hand and a bazooka on the other. And they're kind of like remade. They're from the first game, I think. I know they are, but they're just like they're refined here, and just given a whole new, just terrifying aspect. So this really, they are in the first game, but they just don't look similar. They don't look exactly like this, but I know the enemy they're based off of. So here I'm just going to town with the red UTs on these guys. The best scenario you want to have is to have one of these zombies lose his gun and then just be walking around with the chainsaw, because that way he can't do any damage to you from far away. So they're pretty much they'll just like shamble around, and they're not too aggressive, but you can get into, they can shoot that cannonball from their guns that just can really break your stride a lot of times if you're trying to grind for money like I am here. When you get hit, if you're blocking that cannonball, your guard gets broken, plus you get damaged quite a bit just for a block breaking piece of damage. It's really ridiculous. So there's the dude right there. So even when they're falling over, they're still shooting shit at you. So they just kind of lumber around. They're not that aggressive, but just you got to watch out for when they're shooting at you. Just because it breaks your charge and you get damaged quite a bit. They'll do that little kicking move right there if you get too close to them. And if they kick you, they'll kick you over and rip into you with a chainsaw and you're dead. But you can kind of manipulate it so that you get them to try to kick at you, and then you run away, and then they'll kind of be locked in that little sequence, and they won't be able to to recover until you get a red UT on them. So there's a couple more of those dudes up here. It's kind of hard to see. There's a lot of brush and stuff here. A great opportunity right when they do that little jump is to do a charge, because they can't recover fully until your charge is well off and it's hit them. It's fine to do melee attacks if you want to with the Endless Fang. That's probably the best move to do. There's a move called the Broken Reincarnation, which is done by pressing the square button I think 5 times, then pressing triangle. It's a pretty good combo to do. I really like to grind for money on those guys, because whoa, right there, that I jumped out of my seat when that one cannonball came by. I even did it now watching this. That was really intense. So you may notice that we got these mutant fish flying around. They're not a threat whatsoever unless you hop in there with them, which is suicide. But they are blood eels, and you just have to shoot them with the Howling Cannon. That's all you have to do until they're all taken care of. They're in the last stage of the level of this game too. It's just, I don't know, they're just like a formality just to kill these guys before you pass the swamp area. But just don't rush past this area too much. I'm going to go ahead and save it after I kill these guys. But I'm going to backtrack and get some items here, because there's some good items to grab. So I just wanted to save my progress first. I don't know how come I did it in this sequence, but anyway, I'm going to fall back, and there's actually, I think there's 3 items over here, so just grab this corpse item here, the Devil's Way Mushroom, jump up here, grab the Jewel of the Demon Seal, and then down here in the water, there's an item too, which you want to grab. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a Life of the God, no, Grains of Spiritual Life. So I'm going to apply this Jewel of the Demon Seal to the Wind Blade to get that up to level 3. And I think I'm still short 2 Devils, I'm not sure. I hope I didn't miss one. Those weren't really the focus of my run, but they're usually really not hidden that much, although that one was kind of hidden. So you get this plasma barrier there. Now you've got spiny fiends plus the chainsaw bazooka enemies. So this is all just money grinding. This is total just all money grinding. I'm doing it shamelessly because this is the 12th of 17 levels. So we're getting close to the end, and the boss is fairly tough, and I didn't need a Talisman of Rebirth, so I kind of, that was my goal for the boss. He's the Flame Dragon, and my goal was to get through him without using the Talisman of Rebirth, which I did in my previous run of this stage on Master Ninja mode, and I succeeded in my goal. He's not that difficult. So no, this level does not have a mid-level boss. I guess the introduction of these new enemies kind of serves as like little mini bosses or something, if you want to think of them that way. They're really not mini bosses, they're just your standard enemies. But once you do kill all these enemies, you're gonna have access to that shop, and then you're gonna have the access to the save point. And what I prefer to do is hit the save point and then go to the next area where there is there'll be a cutscene, the one where there's a lot of dead bodies floating in the river, and I prefer to do my best there that I can, kill all the enemies right up before the last confrontation, where the boss battle starts. And you'll see where I backtrack. It's all going to be recorded, and I'll talk about it. I'll just, you know, when I do actually backtrack and save, you know, you'll see it. So it's and I never really thought about doing it until I kind of got pushed into the wall of needing to reach my goal of beating this boss without using a Talisman of Rebirth. So so basically, after this wave here. Excuse me, my head was somewhere else for a second, but so basically it's just these enemies, it's just the Spiny Fiends and the Chainsaw Bazooka enemies, until you get to the final area where the boss is. So over to the left is the chest with the $25,000 in it, or the Life of the Gods, excuse me, the Talisman of Rebirth, whatever you don't have. So I'm not passing it because I'm missing it. I'm just because I'm going to be backtracking, so I'm going to just get it when I come back, and I'm going to do all my shopping when I come back as well. So up here, this is where the cutscene occurs. It's edited out, but it's like right over here where that edit was. So yeah, so you've got to dispatch all these enemies here, and the enemies right before, there's some more, like right before the Flame Dragon, you're going to have some Death Worms and these enemies right here that you got to take care of. So I like to, just because it's just, I don't want to waste as much stuff as I do, and I want to try to, I want to get as much money as I can. I want to just backtrack and just save my progress when I'm doing well. So I decided to, you know, just backtrack. I didn't do it in the last video, so I wanted to do it here. So yeah, there's just it's like you got really tough enemies and then really easy enemies. It's just one of those kind of waves. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have a detailed explanation of why I wanted to backtrack. I really don't know. I think it's just more of a control issue. Just wanting to, you know, clear this wave, and then if I didn't do so, if I really screwed up at the final wave before the Flame Dragon, I can just you know, just restart the game and then just backtrack through this whole area with all the enemies out of the way, so I can just make a rush for the final wave and then the final boss, because you get a checkpoint after the right before the Flame Dragon. So there's this dude left here that you got to kill. So there he is. All he has is his chainsaw, so he's pretty much helpless. But right there, that UT didn't kill him. Sometimes this really doesn't make sense. Like, he's on his last legs, and like a red UT doesn't even kill him. So there's no more enemies after this. So I'm just gonna backtrack. And I really didn't even know if you could backtrack, but I just, I tested the waters, so to speak, no pun intended. So up here, over here, I'm gonna go grab the for me it's a Talisman of Rebirth, because normally I will. So here it is, right there, the Talisman of Rebirth. Normally I usually just purchase one and then go to the chest and just get my 25,000 bucks. So that's how it works there. So now I have the. So now I don't have to purchase that item. But then again, I'm not getting any money, so it just cancels each other out. So I would just recommend having some Ninpo for the boss is good. So just pretty much just max out your items. You might as well. Got a lot of money saved up, so I want to save it now. And then for everybody's convenience, I'm just going to speed it all up to the point where I just cleared that last wave of enemies. And it's not that tough of a wave. You just got the death worms, like I said, and these chainsaw bazooka zombies. So and then once you kill them, we're on to the flame dragon. I recommend just the same weapon. Oh no, I switched to the dragon sword. But I would recommend the Emmet's Fang for the boss. And we're going to apply, just as we did, what chapter is this? 12, 11, 2 chapters back, we were fighting Zidonius. And I introduced everyone to Bic Benedict's method. Can't even speak today. Bic's method of dealing with these bosses. And we're just doing red UT spams with the Emmet's Fang. And it works really great. And guess what? I just took Elizabeth down in chapter 13 with the same technique. So it's like, I was thinking to myself, is there like a circumstance in this game where a boss fight where I can't implement that strategy, that of being cheap with the, it's like, I'm sure there is. There actually are many instances where Bic's method doesn't work, but so I got nailed right there. This guy just shoots fire guys up from the sky, from the ground, just like Zidonius. So he'll like claw at the ground, and that's an indication that he's going to be doing that. The piercing void works well on this guy. So right there, when he's clawing at the ground, he's going to shoot those flame geysers up. So just do your red UT, and okay, so he's got a flame breath. It moves from the right side of the screen to the left when he's doing that thing, and he does a like a flame eruption. So when he stands on his hind legs, use the reverse wind method to avoid the spires of flame that are coming up. If he's like rising up into the air, just keep doing your reverse winds to avoid the flame paths that he's doing, especially that tail swipe too. That's deadly. If he starts spinning, just jump away and use a quick dodge move just to avoid his any like tail spinning moves that he does. I just don't like to get close to this boss because you could do like some pretty good combos. The Shatter and Crucible combo works pretty well. It's performed by just pressing the score button 5 times in succession with this weapon equipped, and it can deal some pretty massive damage to this guy. But I don't know, I just didn't want to waste my Talisman of Rebirth here, because I did in the last time I did this level, and I just knew that it's not hard to beat this guy without having to resort to having to use one. So this is a really effective strategy, and I know it's cheap as fuck, but I really don't even care because it's just so easy to get killed on these boss battles. It's just like, you know, I don't know. So you get that quick time event there, or whatever it is, the OT, and so he's the same enemy here, except he's lacking a tail now. So just don't change any of your methods. Just think of him as the same enemy, just minus a tail. So basically, this is all you have to do to forge your way to victory here. You know, so now he's dead, and that's the end of that. And we're going to move on to the Temple of Sacrifice.